This is a 1971 Mercedes 250 that I modified 4 or 5 years ago. It was pre-COVID, into a sleeper camper. So I want to review with you the modification as well as discuss the registration requirements that I had to do in the state of California. But also, more importantly, and my primary reason for doing this video is to dabble with the future modification. I'm not quite sure what that will be, the extent, although I have a general idea, and I'll discuss the reason why for that. So beginning up front, I've got a tow bar that's been bolted down the transmission tunnel, so it's very secure. And up front, I've got scissor jacks on the left and the right, so when you're at your camping spot, you can level it out. There's a circular bubble level right there to aid in that. And then there's a solar paneled light, so at night if I had to do any work up in this area. Okay, the name Carapace is a turtle shell or just a hard-shelled, even a mollusk that protects a animal. So, hey, this is a hard shell and it's protecting the inhabitants, so I thought Carapace would be a good name. And then it's got a solar panel where the windscreen would be. Of course, it's been modified, and there's a bracket that I manufactured for it to sit into. And then these triangle windows that have been tinted were originally in the back. So this is a 4-door sedan, and the back door had these large triangle windows. So, I just put those up there. And then moving on to the gull wing doors. So I'll start with this one here because I had a failure of my gas piston, so I took it off. But it's got these support brackets as well. It's just a piece of rebar that goes up to a little divot for it to sit in, and then it attaches down right here, right there. And that's so you can just keep it open. It's got the zippered mosquito netting here, so you can get a cross breeze at your campsite, not have to worry about the mosquitoes. And on this side, I can just show you the piston right there. Ultimately, I think I have to beef up the piston because the other one just caved, basically. And it caved when I was closing it, so I just may have closed it improperly. Up here is a boat latch on both sides, and that just secures the front to the inside lip. And then, of course, you can lock it with the handle, and it's got lighting for at night. So those are the doors. On the inside of the doors, since I'm a product of the 1960s, is the moon landings. And this is Earthrise, the photograph that was taken. And on the other side, let me get over there, is the Apollo, a nice picture of, I believe, Buzz Aldrin on the moon. So when the doors are closed, that's the view that you have from the driver and passenger side window. Okay, so let's get to the inside here real quick. This is the original instrument cluster that I fitted with analog instrumentation, thermometer on the left, a hygrometer, and then also a barometer. It's got LED lighting. I went heavy on the lighting, and you can see on the gull wing door, there's light strips here on both sides. And so it illuminated very well at night, which was one of my goals. I wanted it to have good lighting. So it's got a rocker switch here, and not rocker, but just standard electrical outlet. And each light is on a independent switch. So I can use one of these lights here or all four. It's left and right, and also the forward switch, again, goes to the lighting on the gull wing door. Okay, There's an exhaust fan and a clock. And then over here is a drop-down LED television, which is pretty cool. You know, it's not the old style where if you look at the side, you can't see the screen. It actually provides a very clear image. And there's a antenna setup that I'll show you as we get to the back. And then here is just the Barrel of Monkeys. But, you know, it's just a good place to store your keys or change or anything like that. And it's got fans. It's got the original mounting bracket for the medical kit that was in the car. And that's pretty much it on the inside. It's got a bamboo floor that, you know, I just kept to fit in. But, you know, these are sits over a sealed area. So what I did, because the trunk, when we get back there, is a galley, and that's where you do all your cooking. And I didn't want any fumes to enter the sleeping compartment for obvious reasons. So I sealed all that, and then I covered it with the bamboo flooring. Now on top of this, there is a mattress that you put in here and your pillows, and you can sleep. As far as me, I'm a tall guy, 6'3", so you know, I could stretch out in this okay. But one of my reasons for wanting to modify this is to make it more usable, because I learned over a year of using this, we took it camping a few times, that I just need more space. You know, my wife, she was happy with it, but I just want something more functional. All right. So getting back on this side, this here is where you would set the antenna up. So I've got a pole, I've got coax, and I have a digital antenna, much like you find on top of the RVs. I forget the name of it, but it's an RV digital antenna. So that would go up here, and it would go on a, you know, I could adjust the height of the pole and find the signal. But this is also for a flagpole. So I could put a flag in it if we're not using the TV, and put my whatever flag I want to fly up there. Okay, the lighting, on exterior lighting, I went heavy on. Just real quick, what I did during the construction of this thing was I called the Highway Patrol, and I wanted to know what their inspection requirements were. And I would find out later they don't inspect them, right? But the guy told me, just make sure that you're seen at night. So, because it's a special build. So these illuminate at night. And then I added lighting here and here to supplement the original lighting. And then also lighting here with these two LED bars. So it did light up real bright at night. I was visible. So, and that's the original. It's a 250. Okay, the galley. It's not set up, obviously, as a galley. I just got junk thrown in here right now. But it's got a place for a stove. There would be a propane tank and your cooler, your dishes, everything you need. This is certainly large enough for all that. Your coffee. So it's just a good place to come. In fact, yeah, got the coffee thing here. And continuing with the lighting, I have some really strong, powerful LED lights here on both sides. So if you had to do cooking at night, you turn it on, and those things just like, boom, you know, it's like the sun. So I was pretty happy about that. The gas tank is right here. So what I did was I removed the tank, and I cleaned it all up. I cut the top off of it, and I custom fit a bladder. So this will take about 12 gallons of fresh water. And there's a exit on the bottom right there. I would hook a hose up to that. It's just gravity fed hose over here to, you know, bucket or whatever you need, just to give you access to any water that you might need. And then, let's see here, what else? That's pretty much it for the galley. There's no bumper requirement for a trailer, at least of this type. So this is a fishing pole storage right here. So I just bolted that on, piece of PVC pipe. Okay, I think I can discuss registration. And again, this is just the side. This is an exhaust vent here. So that's pretty much it. Let's go to registration. So I took it to the Highway Patrol, and the only thing they do is verify that this is not stolen. Okay, so I had the VIN and everything, and they did a check, and it was all legit. And then what they'll do is they'll stamp right here. You can see right over here. He mounted this himself, so he came out here, and that's just the VIN, or the identification number for the special build camper. So I was able to get it registered on a 5-year basis. Once every 5 years, costs $30 or whatever it is. And I was able to take care of that. Now, let's talk about my purpose for doing this video, and that is the modification. What I'm thinking of doing is, basically doing all the work that you see here is going to go away. I'm going to cut everything off. I'm going to keep the galley, of course. I'm going to cut everything off here, and then even remove the old doors and get everything down to the floor, to the floorboard area. Not floorboard, but the the flat area. What do you call that? Anyway, and then I'm going to remove all this. So all the gold wing doors, the solar panel, triangle windows, all that stuff is going to be taken off. That's probably going to take 700 pounds off it, or so, maybe 600 pounds. But the reason I want to do that, and it may sound, a little over the top, but I want to put, if you can imagine that this is gone, I want to put a folding floor, right? So basically 3/4 inch plywood, I believe, and then just have it fold out. And that's going to, now this is going to be flat. That's going to add to my floor space and make it about 10 feet by 10 feet, okay? So once I have a 10 foot by 10 foot, I can get when we're camping, you just set a tent up, and then you have stairs that go up to it. I still have my scissor jacks here to keep it all stable. And then you're setting up a tent on top of a floor. So I'm thinking of doing that seriously, because I do need, again, I'm a tall guy. I like to sit and stand, and that's what I want to do. So that's probably what I'll end up doing. I'll take about another week before I commit, because this is something I want to start this summer. This is going to be my summer project, just, here and there. But ultimately, by August, September timeframe, I want to have it complete. Now, it may not be as extreme as what I just said, but I will post videos as I go along and show you the progress. I want to make sure before I do it, it's something that I really want, because once I start putting a grinder on this thing and start cutting away metal, that's the point of no return. So I think I need to think about this a little bit. But aside from the little coolness factor, it's not very functional. And I want to make it more functional than cool. So that's it. This is the Cold War Sailor, out.